What's good, guys? Nice to be back. So today, basically, we're going to talk about alternative investing. Okay. So this is something recently that I've came across and decided, to basically start doing different types of investments. As you guys already know, my primary investment, portfolio holds really stocks. I have stocks, I have ETFs, I have index funds, options. Primarily, is the equities market, right? So those are pretty much my investments, and that's what I advocate on my YouTube channel when I talk to people in real life and all types of other stuff, right? So, but recently I've came across like other forms of investment and investing, and basically I came across this app called Otis, right? And with Otis, it actually lets you invest into things like collectibles. Like you can invest into art, you can invest into shoes, you can invest into cards, like LeBron James. You can invest into like a LeBron James, like I don't know, like let's say like a 2000 like 8 Miami Heat card, like something like that, right? So you can invest into cards, you can invest into Pokemon cards, like a whole bunch of stuff, right? So I just, basically found the app through my, just searching stuff like Google and Twitter and stuff. Like people put a lot of good advice on Twitter and stuff and their investments. So I just decided to take a look at it. And then I saw that, oh, it's actually pretty cool. Like I can pretty much buy shares of like collectibles, right? I can buy shares of a Jordan shoe, right? Like one of the most sought after Jordan shoes. Like I can buy a stock that basically signifies my ownership of this shattered backboard Air Jordan 1, right? So stuff like that. Instead of owning the shoe, I can invest into it depending on, the price point and things like that. So before we dive too deep into that, I want to talk about what Otis is and basically what is alternative investing, right? So it's called alternative investing because you're investing into other things that's not really like stocks and bonds and ETF. That's what most people think when they think about investing: stocks, equities, ETF market, and all that stuff, right? But alternative investing, you can invest into art. There's a lot of people who buy like actual art and they hold it for a very long time. The price of the art increases. They may sell it, they may decide to keep it. There's females that invest into bags and purses that go up in value. There's guys who invest into shoes and sneakers that go up in value and they resell them. There's a whole bunch of things that has intrinsic value that can rise, right? So that's what alternative investing is. And the app Otis basically lets you and there's other apps as well too, but this one is primarily focused about Otis, really. There's other apps as well that you can do alternative investing, but with Otis, basically it lets you like buy shares of that like investment. So if you want to say like, okay, let's talk about there's a Pokemon card, right? There's a Pokemon card. It's a Pikachu Pokemon card, and it's worth about like $53,000 or something like that, right? So the LLC that Otis operates basically has that item, and they divvy up that item into shares. They have shares of that item, and they basically put it out into the the market where investors like us can buy shares of that item that they already have. And then if that item by the term of the market, because the market decides what the price of things are, if the item increases in value, our shares also increase in value, and we get money from that value going up for that actual physical item, right? So if the item itself, the value of that goes down, our cost, like whatever, our the value of our shares also go down, right? So that's what it pretty much is. They hold those actual items, and what happens is if they sell them, we basically get like a portion of whatever they sold it for. So like, if they sell the item, right, we get a portion. So let's say they sell it, they got the item at 53,000, they sell for 100,000. Whenever they divvy it all up into the shares and all that stuff, we get a portion of what they sold. That may not be exactly a lot, like a super high amount, because it's based upon how much shares we own of that actual item. And if we don't own a lot, it's probably gonna be like $3 if we get to like $5 here and there, something like that, right? And also another thing that how Otis works is you might want to buy like 10 shares, but if they don't have that accessible to everybody to you can you they may only accept you to they may only accept that you can buy only like about 2 shares. So you place that order, and whenever you place that order, it doesn't happen immediately. It happens over a couple of days, actually, I think like 2 days. And if they see if they have the shares that they're able to allocate to you, that amount. So let's say you want 50 shares, and they see like, oh, we're able to allocate 50 shares to this individual, he can buy it. But if they say no, there's not enough shares, you only have 5, you can only get 5, and then cool, right? At least they're safeguarding what you can actually get, like the liquidity of things, correct? So because of that, I find it very interesting. I find it very, very appealing. Right now, I got the LeBron James card. I probably got it at a high price. I'm not gonna lie, because apparently this year. Oh, another thing about Otis is actually they in the description they actually tell you what it sold for recently. It tells you, it gives you like a past indication of what it was before. It gives you a lot of information that I like. Like it gives you a market cap. So there's actually a market cap, like the actual price of that asset, right? So there's a market cap, and you can see and where it's at. And I bought a LeBron James card, and I invested into that, bought a couple shares. I did see that, it used to be around 31,000. Now it's at 100,000. I bought it around 100,000. So it's still like shares, right? So you can lose, like the asset loses value. You're going to lose value as well on your shares, right? So, I did buy it at a high price in my opinion, because it's just like, how high can it possibly, it can also drop, right? So how high can it possibly go? So you got to think about it that way too. And if you have experience with actual investment, it'll be easier for you to understand what's going on. There is, there is a Steph Curry card coming, and the market cap for that is only 31,000. Right, that's kind of around the same ballpark the LeBron James one started. And whenever that comes out, there's a cool thing in Otis. You can actually click notify me, and they will notify you whenever that card is out, right? So you'll get a notification when that card is out, and then you can place your order. And if it goes through, cool. So I know it's at 31,000. Steph Curry is one of the greatest players of all time. His shooting percentage, his shooting ability, he changed the way the game is played, right? His card is going to go for a lot eventually over the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And if we're going by LeBron James, which increased in like 100,000 in 5 years, then I'm pretty sure the same thing can be said for Steph Curry's card as well. And you look at Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards, there's a lot of people who collect Pokemon cards and stuff like that, and they're actually super valuable as well. You look at Jordans and stuff like that. So it's cool. I like it. It's something for me to also invest into, other than stocks, other than Bitcoin and stuff too. You just want to be as allocated as possible. Like I like that stuff. I mean, of course, you want to consolidate into one thing, but I like investing into other assets and other things as well. I mean, I like those basketball players. I like, Dior sneakers, but I don't want to buy it. But I'm gonna invest into the share, right? All types of stuff. So that's something that you guys can look into. Another form of investment for people who like basketball, who like Jordans, who like art, who like bags and purse. You can invest into bags and purses, who like a bunch of different things, right? So if you guys don't always want to do just stocks and ETF and stuff like that, you can or Bitcoin, you can always do alternative investing, right? And and I know that it's, to me, it's just something that I just like to see what my money can do. I don't really spend a lot of money on myself, really. So I always like to see the money I have, like what it can do for me. I just like to put it to work. I'm working, my cash is gonna work for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting that work, my money's gonna work too. I'm putting in work to get you. You gonna work just as hard as I am. What are you talking about? So that's really the reason. I just it's fun. Yeah. So get the Otis app. I know you guys will really like it. I enjoy it. I have a couple shares and stuff like that here and there. But when that Steph Curry card come out, I'm trying to get 50 shares. It's a $10 per share. I'm trying to get 50. Oh, no, okay, maybe I'm capping. I'm trying to get 5. So 5 or 6 or something like that. So yeah, guys, this is just the video about alternative investing. And, this channel's pretty much just about investing, bettering yourself, education, and all that good stuff. So, I hope that you guys found this very interesting. Uh, Again, they do hold the actual asset, right? So Otis owns the actual assets that they put up. The market decides what value that those assets go up to. And again, investing is always risky. Even if it's alternative investing, it can still go down, right? So you always gotta know that investing is risky. And sometimes if there's nobody looking to buy, if you want to sell your shares and whatever, if there's nobody looking to buy it at that time, it may be difficult for you to share it. So that there's always that portion too, because of course the alternative asset market is not as high as the stock market or even other forms of investment, right? So you got to always know that there's a possibility that if you want to sell, you may not be able to at that time because it's not an interested buyer, right? So just know those things, and then you be good. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys so much, and I'll be back with another one.